Hello, I'm Bluebird819 and welcome to another Fallout 4 guide. This guide is to give you some help with building up your settlements. You can come across settlements by either being told where they are or stumbling upon somebody that needs help with a mission, and once you have the settlement you can start using the workstation at the settlement, the workshop at the settlement. First of all, you need to make sure that you have a good deal of items in your workshop. Here I'm at County Crossing, where I haven't actually built much yet apart from a prefab shack which I built when I first picked up the settlement to try and create more bed space. However, I didn't put a recruitment radio in yet, so that's probably going to be one of the first things I did. They already had some plants here that you can grow for food, but essentially what you are trying to do is build up all of your stats on the top of the screen so that you can get the happiness level to 80. If the stats are in red, people aren't happy with that particular feature of the settlement. If stats are in green, then you've got a good settlement. Here's the first shack I built, which seems to be floating in the air, so I think we're going to move that quickly so that it's flat on the ground. You can see where your settlement borders are by the green line that's going around the outside. If you go over this line and try and build, you will be kicked out of settlement mode. Well, you'll be warned first of all to go back into the green line, and if not, then it'll take you out of building mode. So first of all, you need to pick the components that you want. As you can see here, I don't actually have any rubber to build a generator, so I've got quite a lot of the other components because you can walk around and scrap items from within the settlement. You can buy shipments of junk from certain traders, and you can find junk on dead people that you've killed. You can find it stashed in containers. There's pretty much junk all over the world. Anything can be used as junk. They're all different kinds of junk. You can have ceramic, fertilizer, acid, adhesive, leather, oil, rubber, concrete, not stone, screws, plastic, wood. You name it. If there's a material that you can find in the world, you can use it in your settlement as junk. If you if you don't have the certain material that we require in one of your workshops but you have it in another one, you can easily go and transfer that item by taking it in your inventory to the workshop that you need it to from one of the other workshops. If you don't have the caps to buy materials from a vendor, or you haven't found any of that particular material, at the Red Rocket Road Station I know I had an awful lot of rubber because there were a lot of tyres laying around. There were quite a few road cones. There were quite a few things that created the rubber component in the junk workshop. So I've headed back to the Red Rocket station to get some rubber to take to my County Crossing station. You'll need quite a lot of components like aluminium, oil, fiberglass, screws, because you won't find them lying around in large quantities at a settlement like you might find wood or concrete. So if you find any of these, put them into your workshops at your settlements. If I were you, I wouldn't put them all into the same one, or you'd be constantly going backwards and forwards with junk to one settlement to take it to another one. So I'd spread your junk evenly among all your settlements that you've picked up. So far I've picked up 7 settlements. I've only actually built up 2 of them, which are Sanctuary Hills and the Red Rocket Station. Oh, and I've built up the Sunshine Tidings, the Starlight Drive-In. You need to ensure that you build a variety of items, encourage people to come and stay at your settlement. You want them to be safe, so you want to build turrets, traps, guard stations. you also want them to be comfortable, so you need to build beds and a few chairs and a few other bits and pieces. You need to ensure you have lots of food and water. Water can come from a water pump from the ground, or you can build a water purifier that will purify your water. The size of the settlement is indicated in the top right hand corner of the screen, and as you start building things in your settlement, you'll notice this green bar going up. When it gets close to the end, you'll no longer be able to build any more items, so be careful with what you pick. Some items take up a lot of space in the size bar, some items take up minimal. As you can see, I've got the shack here with no beds in it, so I'm going to build a few more beds and maybe a few chairs and a few decorations. I have several settlements so far that I've unlocked: Sunshine Tidings Co-op, Sanctuary Hills, Red Rocket, Starlight Drive-In, 10 Pines Bluff, County Crossing, Finch Farm. As I said, I've only built up 3 so far, which are Sanctuary Hills, Red Rocket and Starlight Drive-In. This is going to be my 4th one, County Crossing. But there are quite a number of settlements on the map that you can go and do missions for to obtain access to the workshop. Once you've got access to the workshop, you can just build them up to their maximum capacity and hopefully get a good number of people in the settlements. These settlements are quite useful to have. You have people farming for you, they'll put the money in the workshop. If you build a store, or it actually looks just like a wooden frame that people stand behind and sell items, then eventually you'll find caps and you'll find them in your workshop as well. So any items that people farm for you or earn for you will show up in your workshop. As I said before, you need to make sure you have a wide variety of things. When I first found this farm, all these muck fruit bushes were already here. So I can go into my food inventory and I can create some new food. I have some that I picked up from other settlements. So from my Sanctuary Hills settlement, I have picked up some corn and some gourd plants and some watermelons. So you can then build up the food variety on each settlement, even if they have food there. If you build up food variety, it will increase your food population bar, which is the second one in. So nobody wants to eat muck fruit plant for the rest of their life, so if they have other things there. And then of course you can always come back and check what's in the workshop and see if it's been harvested for you. If it's been harvested and it's in the workshop, you can always take it out and take it to a new settlement that might not have that variety of food. So eventually you will hopefully have all different kinds of food at all of your settlements, so that they have a nice variety. The whole idea of the settlements is to raise the happiness in the settlement. I believe there's also an achievement for reaching the maximum happiness for a settlement, so you would probably want to work towards this if you want to get the achievement.
Yes?
If you ain't been up to see Breakout,
I'm now heading back from the drive-in with enough concrete in my inventory to create some more water pumps. As I've said before, if you don't have the right material in your workshop at your current settlement for what you want to build, you can always go and see if it's in one of your other settlements. because of the fact that the settlements are pretty much all different, you've got a few farms that are the same, but you'll generally get the same items from each settlement. So you'll always get a little bit of concrete, a little bit of wood and a little bit of steel. But obviously at the drive-in I got more steel than I did at any of my other settlements because there was an awful lot of cars at the drive-in. I also got quite a bit of concrete there, whereas on the farms you might find that you get more wood at your settlement. So it's a case of shopping around, if you like, to see what you can get from each settlement in the way of resources that you can scrap. But then as you pick up junk on your way around exploring, then you can bring it back to a settlement. Don't always bring it back to the same one, but make sure that you sort of rotate it or do whatever you feel you need to do. I've actually gone back to places where I've done missions and I've not had time to look for the junk, and I've gone back and I've pulled all the junk out and brought it back to a settlement. If you're carrying dog meat with you, the dog, then he will carry 100 items for you, but you also, if you pick the Lone Wanderer perk, then you can also get an extra 100 carry weight if you don't have a companion. For that particular perk, dog meat does not count as a companion, so you get your £100 extra carry, your 100 item extra carry weight, but you also get dog meat's 100 items that he can carry as well. So you're actually better off to have dog meat with you when you're exploring any place trying to find junk, because you can actually carry more back. There are a few uncommon components that I haven't actually found much of apart from by exploring areas. One of them is fiberglass. Glass is quite rare. Screws are quite uncommon. You can actually go and buy these shipments from certain traders in and around the Commonwealth. There's no definitive list of what you can get from who, but a good place to always start is going to be at the Diamond Market. Another good place to buy shipments of materials is from Chashkan Kala and she'll be coming and going from Sanctuary Hills. Apart from that, I've not really found any of the uncommon materials on the traders as yet, but I haven't actually got that far into the game. You can assign settlers to do certain tasks such as farming, or standing at a guard post, or standing at your store that you've built. As you can see, there are an awful lot of items you can build. Most of them I have in this settlement now, but it's always worth holding back on what you are building so that you can wait until you've got some of the better items to craft with, some of the better junk to craft with, unless you have it already. I have done another video which shows you how you can duplicate junk. It works quite well for some people, other people just can't get the hang of how quickly you need to do it. But you basically go to the workshop, push X to transfer stuff with shipments of junk only in your inventory. You need at least 4 of each kind of shipment, and you need to push Y, X and A without taking your finger off the controller, but I have done a video showing you how to do this, so please do feel free to check it out on my YouTube channel. Other good things to have are sirens. If you don't have a radio beacon, you'll never attract new settlers to your settlement. You need to make sure you've got an armour workshop, a chemistry workstation and a weapons modification station. A scavenging station is good because then if your settlers find items they can put it in the scavenging station and you can pick it up. There are so many things you can do with settlements. It's actually added a fantastic part to what was already a great game. I've loved all the Fallout series, but now you actually can build and create things and attract people to come and work on your side throughout the game. I think it's a great feature. There's so much you can build as well. It's just got limitless possibilities. The maximum level for this game is 65,135. So you can actually level up 65,000 times. And I think that's great because there is so much that you can do in this game with settlements. There's no level cap, so you're not going to just get to the maximum level in the game and think, oh, I'm not going to build anymore because I'm not going to get any XP from it. You will actually sit there and you will think, wow, I can level up still, I can get some extra perks, why not carry on building? It's added so much fun to the game, I think, in my opinion. So there's limitless possibilities. I'm going to take you to my house in Sanctuary now so you can see what I've done there.
Out here, you gotta take things one day at a time.
As you can see, we're now at Sanctuary, and this is the house that I've built at my Sanctuary place. This is the ground floor and we have a few lights and generator. I haven't actually built that many items inside my house yet because I've been trying to gather the resources. I've got a few chests for things that I want to keep, such as weapons and armour, and also a bit of junk. You can see Piper's making herself comfortable in my house. This is the top floor so far. Once I've actually, there's some chicken wire windows, aren't they attractive? Once I've actually managed to fill up this house, I have the opportunity to go up higher, because I can take out one of the panels above and just build some stairs up like I've done here. There are limitless possibilities in this game as far as building goes. All you need is an imagination to be able to create something quite spectacular. I know my house doesn't look like much. It's only made out of junk, but it's what you do with it once you built it. You would never have got a house like this in previous Fallout games because they were already built for you and you had to go and earn them by doing certain missions, such as defusing a bomb in the middle of a town that's not gone off, that's a nuclear bomb. There are so many things that you can do in this game. It's so much better. Some people that I've spoken to at work and what have you have said they don't like the building side of it. But a lot of people I've spoken to have really enjoyed the building side of it. I guess it depends on your preference and how quickly you want to finish the game. As you can see, my bar is actually filling up for the size, but you can, if you make something, you can always demolish it again to get the materials back if you no longer require it. Thank you very much for watching my video. If you have enjoyed it or found it useful, please like and subscribe.